Starting to walk 20, 40, or even 60 minutes a day seems like the perfect choice to care for your heart and stay in shape. You've probably heard it your whole life. Walking is a great exercise. But here's something almost nobody mentions. After age 60, walking alone can become the quickest path to losing muscle mass and experiencing constant leg pain. Surprising, isn't it? Most people don't even realize that seemingly healthy habits can actually accelerate the process of sarcopenia, muscle loss, and make you weaker each day. And I bet you're still practicing 5 of these behaviors without noticing the damage they're doing to your body. Want to find out how to change that? Stay with me until the end and share this with a friend who probably makes the same mistakes. It's time to stop the damage and start rebuilding your strength. The first common mistake is walking, or rather only walking. You go out every day, do 30, 40, or 60 minutes of walking, and believe you're doing the best for your health. After all, we've always heard that walking is the ideal exercise, especially as we get older. But here's the truth. Limiting yourself to walking after age 60 doesn't sufficiently challenge your muscles. Without resistant stimuli, such as climbing stairs, using weights, or performing controlled movements against gravity, you send a message to your body, I don't need much strength. And it obeys, using your muscles less and less. Over time, even small inclines cease to be easy, and fatigue sets in early, undermining your autonomy for daily activities like standing up from a chair without support or carrying groceries. The second habit that worsens sarcopenia is remaining seated for long periods. Whether in front of the TV, at the computer, or in the car, sitting too much impairs circulation, reduces nutrient delivery to muscles, and causes joint stiffness. When you finally stand up, the feeling of heaviness, discomfort, and even pain is almost immediate. And the worst part, this cycle of inactivity and pain makes you want to sit down again, creating a vicious circle that destroys muscle tissue. To break this pattern, the simple strategy of standing to stretch your calf or doing a few ankle rotations every 30 minutes can keep joints lubricated and give your muscle fibers a light activity shock, preventing stiffness. The third mistake is neglecting adequate protein intake. As we age, our protein needs increase. The body becomes less efficient at muscle synthesis and requires more amino acids to maintain existing fibers and stimulate the formation of new ones. But many older adults continue eating as they always have: little lean meat, careless dairy choices, and poorly planned legumes. Without sufficient quantity and quality of protein, your body lacks the building materials to maintain or grow muscle. To correct this, include diverse sources throughout the day: eggs at breakfast, Greek yogurt as a snack, chicken breast or fish fillet at lunch, cottage cheese before bed, and, if possible, a high-absorption protein supplement after your workout. Moreover, combining proteins with low glycemic carbohydrates, such as sweet potato, quinoa, or oats, enhances protein synthesis and provides steady energy for muscle recovery. The fourth habit you need to abandon is ignoring resistance exercises. You already know the basic recipe: running, cycling, swimming. That's fine. But without incorporating overload training, dumbbells, resistance bands, or your own body weight, you'll never give your body the right stimulus to resist muscle loss. Controlled contraction, load-induced tension, and varying difficulty levels are crucial for keeping your bones and muscles strong. For example, instead of just curling light dumbbells, try incline presses, squats with a pause at the point of greatest tension, and single-arm rows to engage the core and improve stability. These variations not only promote hypertrophy, but also enhance balance, reducing the risk of falls, a critical factor for maintaining independence in later life. Finally, the fifth dangerous behavior is poor sleep. It may sound strange, but sleep quality is directly linked to muscle recovery. It's during deep sleep stages that the body releases anabolic hormones, such as growth hormone, and repairs microtears caused by physical activity. Fragmented sleep, Too few hours or irregular schedules derail this process and leave your muscles perpetually incomplete, more prone to pain and injury. To improve sleep quality, establish a gradual wind-down routine. Dim the lights in your environment 1 hour before bedtime. Avoid caffeine after 4 p.m. Practice guided meditation or a brief gratitude journal to calm the mind. If possible, keep your bedroom at a moderate temperature and invest in a good mattress that properly supports your spine. But don't worry, changing all this doesn't have to be complicated. For those who walk too much, the solution is to blend short walking periods with strength training. Swap 10 minutes of walking for 10 minutes of slow, controlled squats with no unnecessary pauses, focusing on movement and posture and maintaining diaphragmatic breathing to increase trunk stability. For those who sit for long periods, set alarms every 45 minutes to stand up, take 5 steps, and stretch arms and legs, activating circulation without drastically breaking the habit. In your diet, include at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. For example, 80 grams of protein daily for someone weighing 65 kilograms, distributed among eggs, Greek yogurts, fish and lean meats, and don't forget legumes. For resistance exercises, try 2 days a week of simple strength workouts. 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions of squats, banded rows, and calf raises, performed fluidly and without unnecessary pauses to maintain heart rate and muscle focus. And to improve sleep, set a regular bedtime and wake-up time, avoid electronics 1 hour before sleep, and consider relaxation techniques like diaphragmatic breathing or gentle stretches, always performed while lying down to cue your body for deep rest. Furthermore, don't underestimate the power of hydration and smart supplementation. Drinking water regularly maintains muscle elasticity and prevents cramps, while vitamin D, obtained through moderate sun exposure or supplements, strengthens bones and aids muscle contraction. And finally, the social dimension of exercise cannot be ignored. Joining walking groups with alternating strength sessions or senior fitness classes creates a sense of community, increases commitment, and makes the process more enjoyable. Turning 5 seemingly harmless habits into strength and vitality requires only small, consistent changes. You don't have to become an athlete. You need to understand that after 60, your body demands extra attention in the form of resistance training, mindful movement, proper nutrition, and planned recovery. Now, I want to show you just how possible it is to transform your body with intelligence and safety. I invite you to join our community, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss any content, and most importantly, share in the comments which of these aspects you feel you need to work on the most. Is it strength, stability, balance, or that nagging back pain that's been bothering you for a while? I really want to hear your stories so I can tailor upcoming videos to what you truly need. Let's build a second half of life full of energy, strong muscles, and the freedom to move without pain. Accelerate muscle loss? Yes, you read that correctly. You may think you're doing everything right and still lose muscle day by day. It seems contradictory, doesn't it? But the body operates in a simple, straightforward way. If you don't challenge your muscles, it assumes you no longer need them. Walking gets you moving, improves circulation, and is great for your heart, all of which is true, but it doesn't require enough muscle effort to maintain lean mass. It's a light activity, and light activities don't halt sarcopenia. So what happens? Your legs become thinner, your glutes lose shape, and your back starts to feel weak. Then come the aches, the loss of strength, the imbalance, the fatigue when climbing stairs, and you think it's just age talking. But it's not just age, it's lack of stimulus. Muscles need resistance to survive, and walking alone simply doesn't provide it. If you want to maintain your muscles, it's essential to add some form of strength work, even if it's gentle and adapted to your abilities. For example, standing up from a chair, doing a light squat. using resistance bands, lifting small weights, or even pushing against a wall repeatedly. The important thing is to demand significant muscle contraction, a controlled movement in which you feel your muscles working until a slight discomfort before relaxing. In addition to including these resistance exercises, it's crucial to vary the stimuli to avoid monotony. Try alternating between different movement patterns, pushing, pulling, squatting, lifting, to engage different muscle groups and also improve coordination and balance. For example, on one day, do 3 sets of 10 chair stands. Sit down and stand up slowly, keeping your torso upright and feet fully planted, followed by 3 sets of 12 calf raises. Rise onto your toes, hold for 2 seconds at the top, then lower in a controlled manner. On the next day, try 2 sets of 8 banded rows. Hold the band with both hands, pull toward your chest, retracting your shoulder blades, and 2 sets of 10 partial squats. Lower only as far as your mobility allows, keeping your knees aligned with your feet. This way, you force your body to adapt and strengthen different structures, preventing both sarcopenia and the boredom that leads to abandoning the routine. The next fundamental point is progression. Start with loads and repetitions that are challenging yet maintainable with good form. Every week or two, aim to slightly increase the difficulty. More reps, more resistance in the band, a deeper squat, or a small extra weight in your hand. This gradual increase sends a continuous message to your body that it needs to maintain and even gain strength. Finally, don't forget to pay attention to recovery. Gentle stretches after your workout, consistent hydration, and, if possible, a brief massage or foam rolling of the worked muscle groups help reduce stiffness and soreness the next day. Without these care strategies, accumulated tension can discourage your practice and compromise your results. By applying these principles intelligently and safely, you'll see that it's entirely possible to transform your body even after age 60. Embracing resistance stimuli, varying exercises, progressing in a planned manner, and prioritizing recovery creates a virtuous cycle of strength, vitality, and confidence. Don't accept the idea that aging inevitably means weakening. Challenge yourself, persist, and be amazed at what your body can achieve. And while we're at it, tell me in the comments, have you ever done this type of squat in your daily life? Did you notice a difference when using a chair for support? Your feedback is essential so we can evolve together. I read every comment and use your responses to plan the next videos, always focusing on what can truly help you improve your quality of life. So comment below which exercise challenged you the most or which body part you feel you need to strengthen. Let's build this journey together, one step at a time. Challenging your muscles with your own body weight doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be intentional. If you don't provoke your muscles, even with the best intentions, you'll keep losing what matters most as you age, your strength. And the more muscle you lose, the less independence you'll have, the less energy, the more pain, and the more dependency you'll face. Therefore, keep walking. Walking is good and important, but understand that walking alone isn't enough. Your body needs more. And speaking of more, we arrive at the second mistake that happens every day right there on your kitchen table: poor nutrition, or more specifically, lack of protein. This may seem confusing, especially when you think, but I eat well. I have rice, beans, vegetables, fruits. I follow a balanced diet. And all of that is great, but eating well doesn't always mean ingesting enough protein, and after age 60, protein needs to become your best friend. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at processing protein, so you don't just need the same amount as before, you need more. The problem is that most people don't realize this. They believe that a small piece of meat at lunch is enough, but at breakfast and dinner, protein intake is often low or non-existent. Without protein distributed throughout the day, the body begins to break down what it already has, and what it reserves are your muscles. Gradually, they disappear. You don't notice it immediately, but over time it translates into fatigue, weakness, and difficulty performing simple tasks like standing from a chair or carrying groceries. To prevent this breakdown, distribute your protein intake across all meals. Eggs at breakfast, Greek yogurt as a snack, fish or chicken at lunch, low-fat cheese at dinner, and even a protein supplement after training if necessary. Pair these proteins with low glycemic carbohydrates, such as sweet potato, oats, or quinoa, to enhance muscle recovery and maintain stable energy throughout the day. And the result? Weakness and slower recovery after any effort. And the scariest part? You may be doing everything right, but if you don't give your muscles what they need to rebuild, they will shrink anyway. To be clear, this isn't about getting bulky or becoming a bodybuilder. It's about preserving your strength, mobility, and independence. You don't need a huge plate of steak. Protein can come from eggs, yogurt, beans, lentils, chicken, fish. Even a scoop of whey in your smoothie helps. The key is consistency. A bit of protein at each meal, because unlike fat, your body doesn't store protein. It needs a continuous supply. So next time you think, I eat well, everything's fine, pause and ask yourself, am I nourishing my muscles or just filling my stomach? The third mistake is subtle and often seems like common sense. As we age, we naturally become more cautious. We start avoiding certain movements, not only for fear of falling, but also because we worry about pain, pulling a muscle, or waking up sore the next day. It's that voice in your head saying, better not try that. You might. Beyond all that, remember that gentle, consistent movement brings benefits far beyond muscle strength. It improves posture, reduces tension in the neck and shoulders, optimizes blood circulation, and even boosts mental health by releasing endorphins and promoting well-being. When you incorporate small activation gestures throughout your day, stretching your arms overhead when you wake up, twisting your torso slowly before getting out of bed, doing mini squats while brushing your teeth, you teach your body to stay flexible and ready for any challenge. Imagine lifting grocery bags without holding your breath, bending down to pick something up without that sharp twinge in your back, or climbing stairs without counting each step. These small gains in mobility and confidence translate into autonomy for daily activities. Gardening, tidying the house, playing with grandchildren, or even traveling without worry. Every gentle movement you practice today becomes freedom tomorrow, preventing the isolation that often comes with feeling fragile. Moreover, exercising this way not only strengthens the big muscles, but also all the stabilizer muscles, the ones that keep your joints aligned and prevent injury. Working your core with light isometric exercises, like forearm planks or balancing on one leg for a few seconds, are examples of stimuli that make a huge difference in fall prevention. Even in the simplest daily tasks, your body begins to execute movements with more precision and safety. Finally, it's important to celebrate every little victory. Gaining 2 more seconds on a plank, reaching the top of a flight of stairs without stopping, or noticing less tension when you sit down are milestones worth acknowledging. Sharing these achievements in the comments not only motivates you but inspires our entire community to keep going. So, in addition to telling me which fear you've overcome or where you still struggle, share your small but significant victory from today. Together, we'll continue building a transformative journey with intelligence, safety, and lots of positive energy. The fourth mistake is one almost nobody notices because it hides behind the idea of being active all day. You say, I never stop. I'm always doing something. Cleaning the house, running errands, taking care of 1,000 things. And yes, that's movement and it matters. But here's the truth. Being busy is not the same as being physically active. Shopping, cooking, tidying up keep you on your feet, but they don't challenge your muscles. They won't strengthen your legs, improve your balance, or protect your joints. You stay moving, but you don't prevent muscle loss. The fifth mistake is one of the most neglected, yet it silently affects everything you do. The belief that rest is optional or that stress comes with age. You might not pay attention to how you sleep. You might not connect your stress levels to physical health. But both play a crucial role in how your muscles respond to training stimuli. Here's something many people don't realize. Your muscles don't grow while you exercise. They grow while you rest. If your sleep is shallow, inconsistent, or constantly interrupted, your body never gets the chance to rebuild what you achieved in the workout. Then there's stress, not just major life events, but the daily low-level stress that accumulates relentlessly. When these two factors combine, poor sleep and chronic stress, the result is a body that fails to recover strength, becomes more injury-prone, and experiences more pain. To reverse this, 3 simple actions are essential. Turn your bedroom into a sleep sanctuary. Eliminate artificial lights and noise, keep the temperature comfortable, and establish a bedtime ritual. Power down screens at least an hour before bed, choose light reading, or perform gentle stretches to slow down body and mind. Create calm bubbles throughout your day. Pause every few hours, close your eyes briefly, and take deep belly breaths, inhaling fully and exhaling slowly. These micro breaks help clear excess cortisol and keep muscles relaxed. Embrace active recovery and stress relief techniques. On non-strength days, opt for a leisurely outdoor walk, a short restorative yoga session, or mobility exercises to release accumulated tension. For stress management, practice journaling or gratitude, write down 3 daily wins, and try box breathing. Inhale 4 counts, hold 4, exhale 4, pause 4, for a soothing effect on your nervous system. If you're neglecting rest and letting stress take over, your body can't benefit from even the best workout. Rethink your routine, sleep better, manage stress, and watch your energy, strength, and vitality transform. Gradually, that constant worry about health, family, finances, and everyday annoyances manifests in subtle yet powerful ways. Muscle tension increases unnoticed, sleep fragments, waking becomes harder, and your hormones fall out of sync, leaving you exhausted, foggy-headed, and devoid of your trademark vigor. It's easy to blame age, but the truth is you're lacking deep rest, genuine recovery, and those unplugged moments your body needs to reconnect and repair training and stress microdamage. True rest isn't a luxury. It's integral to strength and vitality, and ignoring it sends all your workout efforts into a continuous tension cycle. So here's the simple invitation. Transform your bedroom into a sleep sanctuary, free of artificial light and disruptive sounds. Maintain a pleasant temperature, and establish an evening ritual. Shut off screens at least an hour before bed. Choose light reading or gentle stretches to invite body and mind to slow down. Throughout your day, find calm bubbles. Pause what you're doing, close your eyes for a moment, and breathe deeply, expanding your belly and exhaling slowly and mindfully. These micro-intervals of serenity help clear excess cortisol and keep muscles loose and ready for the next challenge. On days when strength training yields to active recovery, cherish light circulation-boosting activities, a relaxing outdoor walk, a brief restorative yoga session, or a few joint mobility exercises to release built-up tension and encourage natural elasticity. For stress management, adopt gratitude practices or journaling. Jot down 3 achievements or lessons at day's end to realign perspective and prevent worries from piling up like invisible weight. If you feel your heart racing or your mind restless, try a 5-minute guided meditation or simple box breathing. Inhale to 4, hold 4, exhale 4, pause 4. A true comfort to the nervous system. Remember, rest doesn't mean total inactivity. It means conscious moments dedicated to rebuilding your inner strength. By applying these strategies, you'll find yourself waking energized, tackling the day with greater enthusiasm, and seeing real progress in your workouts, because your body finally has the chance to grow in the intervals, balance hormones, and reduce inflammation. So go ahead, share in the comments what resonated most with you. Have you tried any bedtime rituals to improve sleep? Which stress relief technique do you find hardest to incorporate? Your insights light the way for us to create even more targeted, effective content, fostering a community strengthened by intelligent movement, planned recovery, and the confidence that, even at 60 and beyond, you can live with vigor, clarity, and freedom.